people, welcome back. If it's your first time, my name is Talia Adewale. This is DISBYDEM. We are doing episode 2 of Heart Signal. Now, episode 1 did okay. I do plan to do reactions of Exchange 2, and those will go on Patreon at some point, guys. I don't know when. But at some point, if I'm doing reactions, then I will put them up there at some point. If I wasn't doing reactions, I would have finished it by now. So I decided to continue this one. But honestly, I'll see how this episode does. If it doesn't do as well as one, or if it does under, I'm just gonna move on to China, guys. Like I said, I ain't got time for time wasters. That was a hell of an intro. But if you haven't yet, be sure to do all the right things and let's dive on into this episode. Now, this episode was hard to watch. I don't know what it is. It took me 2 days to complete it. And I don't know, the first 30 minutes were just... Oh my god, it was such a drag. It was a drag. But I will say this was Daeun's episode to shine. The way they even set it up. And they were focused on... They seemed to give Daeun a little more time. I knew that it was going to be a Daeun episode. By the end of the episode, guys, I know I was strong for Hyunju last episode, but remember I said the only reason why I was backing her is because I felt like they were, quote and unquote, passively, aggressively bullying her. Hyunju, I don't know that I would like her by the end of this season. I just don't know. There's something about her that just sets me off, if that makes sense. I'm not in a, I don't like you kind of thing. It's just, I'm kind of wary of you because I just don't trust you. But Daeun, I thought, was absolutely phenomenal, even in the first episode, even though I didn't like that she was, going on the Hyunju train to be against Hyunju. These names are gonna set me off, I swear to God. But this was a Daeun episode and she shone in this. I really liked her by the end of it, but let's get into it, because God, I've been talking for 3 minutes and I ain't said shit. The new guy comes and he sets up shop, he sleeps in the house that night and then leaves. I guess he had work to do. In the morning, they're all kind of like in the kitchen. I think it was Do-kyung. Is it Do? Yeah, Do-kyung, Jae-ho were in the kitchen eating. And then Youngju asks, I thought she was talking to Jae-ho, honestly. But apparently she was talking to Do-kyung. She asks him for a ride to the train station. I was very confused with this whole interaction, I swear to God. Because I thought Jae-ho said, yes, I'll give you a ride. And then Do-kyung is kind of talking to them. They kind of completely ignore him altogether. And I was like, okay, what the actual F is happening? I like Do-kyung. There's just something about this guy that I am very much, on my radar. Like, I think it's going to be something. There's just something about him that kind of stands out in his quiet, like, very shyness. There's a strength in that I just find really appealing. So I actually really like him. Daeun then notices, is the only one who notices that the door that was locked is now open. So she, Hyunju and Yubin go and they literally snoop around this man's room. Like, no privacy whatsoever. They're going through, not his things, but his books. They're like, oh my God, that was like, privacy, people. Come on. Look, like, put your head in and look in a little bit, but have some decorum, please. It was cute. Do-kyung and Daeun then later on in the day, God, they spent so much time in this whole morning thing. This was later on. Do-kyung buys groceries, comes back home, and then he and Daeun cook supper together. I thought their interaction was really cute. He's very, I don't know, there's just something appealing about him, guys. I kind of like it. Every episode that I see him, I'm like, yeah, I feel like you might be my favorite by the end of it. Do I necessarily think that he will find somebody? I don't know. Based on this episode, there's a strong chance that he will live single. But based on this episode, there's a strong chance that he will find somebody. It's a very two-sided thing for me with him because I don't know how to explain it. I think his shyness might come off as unapproachable, but there's also this strength that he alludes that the women would find attractive, and I feel like that's what happened by the end of the episode. Daeun is very animated and she's smiling, engaging. I really fell in love with her while she was cooking. I fell in love with her in this episode because not only did she come out saying this is a new day, I'm going to seize the day, carpe diem, bitches, but she was also, like, you could see all her charm and it was effortless. This was the first person that walked up those stairs and saw everybody before the, insecurity monster got its claws in her. And I think she needs to stay away from Youngju. As our episode 2, guys, she needs to stay away from Youngju. Youngju ain't good for nobody. I'm not blaming Youngju, but I just think, pack mentality. When you come together and all of you are hating the same thing, liking the same thing, it's the same effect. And then everybody returns and they help wrap up dinner. And then they're also discussing the new guy. Dane is super excited. She's like happy for some fresh meat. She's like, bring it on, bring on the new guy. I just want to see him. Let's do this. And then obviously in comes the new guy. Youngju, they're setting up this whole setup was very awkward. Very awkward. It's even for people who are naturally, or it's expected of them to be awkward in their first meeting. This was excessively awkward. He comes in, he can't look anybody in the eye. Granted, he's facing these people, it's a lot. He goes up, they all go upstairs, they try to set up a new place for him at the table. It's very awkward. Then you have Youngju asking Daehyun to switch places with her, and I was like, why? So you can be closer to the new guy. I mean, you're all here for the same thing. Why? What answer did she expect to get? Obviously, Daehyun was like, no. But then Hyunju is the one who sits closest to him. So I was like, what was the point? What was the effing point? It was just a very awkward situation all around. The men were behaving like this new guy had come in, to kill them and become the king of the pack. Or I just didn't understand it. It was just unnecessarily awkward and tense for no goddamn reason. It's day freaking 2, y'all. Day 2. Ain't nobody said nothing. Oh my god, it was just weird. His name is Hyun Woo. And he has this quiet but confident thing going on for him. Initially, I thought it was Japanese, guys, because he was giving Japan vibes. I'm very deep into the anime scene right now. I'm always in the anime scene. But I've been watching all this isekai, I guess, all this reincarnated, anything that has reincarnated in the name, guys. I've been watching for the past 4 days. It is why I haven't really been posting nothing, if I'm being honest. And God, just chokehold. I signed up for Crunchyroll and I've gone down the rabbit hole, guys. Fucking hold. The last time I signed up for Crunchyroll, I watched One Piece and I cleared the entire 1,000 episodes in I think a month. I digress. But anyways, he did seem very Japanese-esque to me, if that made sense. Like his mannerisms, the way he just something about it, They had initially found a Japanese book in his room when they were snooping earlier, but that had no bearing. I just thought, I don't know, I think because I'm watching animes and I just finished Marrying My Husband Japan, I'm in the scene. So maybe he was just alluding that to me. Everybody's talking and he thinks that he has seen Youngju before. That whole dinner just seemed tense for no motherfucking reason, guys. There was no reason. I thought that it was too early for everybody to be that tense. It seemed like a lot. I'm not even gonna lie, it just seemed like a hell of a lot. And they now say they get a text to reveal jobs and ages. I thought initially it was just jobs, but it was jobs and ages. I may have been skipping too much because I skip the hosts when they are talking. So I think I skipped where it said it was both jobs and ages, but it was a very nice surprise for me. First to go was Jae-ho, and he's an IT startup CEO. They specialize in mobile payment solutions. Next, he's 27 years old. Next was Do-kyung. He's 29 and he's a Korean medicine doctor. There's just something, he owns that presence, guys. He owns the presence, and I like the guy. There's no other way that I can say it. I really like the single and I hope the best for him, even though I think it's 50-50 at this point. Next is Daehyun. She is 26 and she's an aspiring actress, but she also works with her dad in his factory now that she's, in between jobs, looking for jobs. I think actress really suits her, and I don't think I've seen her in anything. Maybe if I do a search now, I'll recognize her, but I don't know that I've seen her in anything, which is kind of sad because I think she's absolutely cute. Next was Hyunju. She's a fashion design student and she's 25 years old. Next was Gyubin. He's younger than I thought. He's 24. He was way younger than I thought. I pegged him as probably old, maybe 29, maybe? Wow, I was impressed. He's unemployed right now and he got the highest scores for a civil service exam. I cannot tell you what a civil servant is, guys. I don't know if it's the same as a civil servant in the United States as it is in Korea. I could have Googled it, but I can't be bothered. Just being honest. Next was Youngju. She's 26 and she's a marketer at a foreign company. She works at Microsoft. They were bleeping everything she was saying, but she does work at Microsoft, which is kind of impressive. I was very impressed. I was like, good on you, girl. A lot of them went to universities in the United States. I think 3 of them did. 3 of them were very highly trained. Impressive. Last was Hyun Woo. He's a chef in a Japanese restaurant. He said he studied in Japan. And as soon as he said it, I was like, yes, I see it. I see it. He's also done fashion design. He's done marketing. He's done music. He's done a little bit of everything. And he's the oldest in the house at 32. In their rooms, the girlies are talking now. The vibe is a little better than it was the night before. They're talking about, their typical men. They're talking about what they like. Daeun says she wants a reliable, outgoing guy. Hyunju says she wants a reliable, manly guy. And Youngju says she wants a reliable, comfortable guy. Everybody was saying reliable because Daeun started out with reliable. Then come the votes. And the gag is, guys, the gag of it all. I was not expecting it. This vote, I'm not even going to tease you guys. All the girls chose Do-kyung. And I was like, damn, everybody was referencing the food, talking about him cooking and everything. But still, points for the boy. Do-kyung chose Daeun. I sensed it when they were cooking. Because he was very attentive to her, and I think he's that kind of person. He's a one-woman kind of guy, one at a time, He was very attentive. He was listening to her, and he engaged. He even said a lot more than we'd ever seen him say throughout. I mean, it's only been a day and a half at this point, right? Jae-ho chose Daeun as well, so he's reverted back to his original crush, because I think that's who he actually liked when she came up the stairs the night before. And then Gyubin chose Youngju, which I was shocked at, because I know for sure the night before Gyubin was feeling Hyunju. So this was a switch. It was a switch all around, guys. And then Hyunwoo chose Daeun, which I was surprised about, because the way he was talking throughout the night, I'm very focused on Youngju. I thought that was going to be his choice. So when the text message came through, or this arrow went and it said Daeun, I was very shocked, very, very shocked. I was very shocked, unless maybe he was edited that way. I was very shocked, actually, in the fact that he chose different than Youngju, but not in the fact that he chose Daeun, because again, this episode was all about Daeun, guys, and I was loving it for her. You guys know I don't have a skin in the game. I was only defending the underdog in the last episode, not because I personally liked the game. I said how the tables have turned. Daeun had 3 votes, Youngju had 1, and Hyunju, poor girl, got 0. So now, when I saw that she didn't get any votes, I want to see how she reacts to this change of events. Obviously, she's going to be sad, but I want to see what characters come through now that the tables have reversed and the other girls are getting all the attention as she is. I want to see if she's going to be just as nice, nasty to them as they were to her, or how she's going to play the whole thing. I'm very interested in that. And then Do-kyung, he can't believe his eyes, because he went from 0 to 3, guys. 0 to 3 for 3. So proud of him. So very proud of him. I'm actually very interested to see how this all plays out, because I think Do-kyung has clocked that Hyunwoo is interested in the same girl that he is. And this was the thing that I was alluding to from the clips from episode 1, where they show whenever Do-kyung is talking, Hyunwoo has this face, and whenever Hyunwoo is talking, Do-kyung is always like, So there's definitely a rivalry that's going to develop there, and I want to see how it's handled. Both men are actually very mature, even though one is way more older. Not that much older now. How much? 3 years? 3 years, right? Do-kyung is 29. And Hyunwoo is 32. It's only 3 years. So both men are mature. I want to see how they tackle this. I'm very excited. Episode 2 was a hard watch, guys. I'm not gonna lie. It was difficult for me to finish until the new guy actually came to the dinner table and all the weirdness happened. I was like, why? Why is this episode dragging? But I'm hoping that now that the dates are going to be starting, they're going to be matching up for the dates and one-on-one sessions. Things are going to get sweet spot. But yeah. Anywho, it was just a quick recap. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye! I don't know why I did this. I wanted to say do all the right things and bye at the same time. So yeah, bye!